Hi all, in this video I want to show you how to load a CSV file onto RStudio. So here is a CSV file, Airbnb, New York 2019. You can tell it's a CSV or you can make sure it's a CSV file. When you do save as, one thing you want to make sure is that the choice of the extension is the CSV for comma delimited, and so you just make sure that that's saved that way. Oops, sorry. So you just hit save. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into R, and we're going to open a new markdown file. Oops, sorry. So I'm just going to call this Airbnb. And we're going to delete all the default settings. Here you have the YAML code right here, your title, author, date, and type of output. So the first thing we want to do is we want to set the working directory to make sure it's in the right directory where it can access it. Now, one way you can do that is with the command get wd. So you can see WD standing for working directory. You can see what the working directory is. Right now, this is the path that my document is in. I don't actually want it in that one, so I want to change the working directory to where I have my my CSV file saved. So I go to Session, Set Working Directory, choose Directory, and I'm going to change it to where I keep all my data sets. And notice that you don't see any files in here. All you see are a bunch of folders. This is what you're really interested in, is the path that gets you to the file, but you don't actually see the file available. So then you hit Open. And if you notice, if you're in the tab for files, this is alphabetical. I picked Airbnb because it starts with the letter A, but here you can see it's right here. So now notice that before we were in this working directory, now if I do it again, if I rerun, notice it changed. So now I'm in the datasets directory. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to load the data set. Actually, before we load the data set, we want to load the library. The reason I want to do that, I'm going to call in library tidyverse. The reason I want tidyverse is because within tidyverse, it contains the package readr, and readr is a good package for reading in CSVs in a nice way. So let's pull this up. So the next chunk we're going to do is we're going to load the data set, Airbnb. Okay, so I'm going to just call this Airbnb, and that's the name of the data set that I'm naming it. I'm going to say read underscore CSV. I'm going to use parentheses and quotations. Because I know I'm already in this folder, this datasets folder, and I can see it sitting here, Airbnb New York, that's the title that I'm going to put in quotes. So if I run that, now you can see that that's in the global environment, and I can look at the head of that if I'd like. It's got 16 variables, so it's got a lot of variables to explore, but at least now I know it's loaded into my R document. So I'm gonna stop there for this video, but hopefully that helps you load the data set in.